Hi and welcome to another episode of Melissa's Menu. This is our 24th show. That's right, next month marks our 1-year anniversary. So exciting. We'll be airing a very special anniversary episode on the next few weeks. So stay tuned. This evening we are so excited to have a professionally trained chef on with us. Please help me welcome Olivia Tripp from the Wine Cellar in Plymouth, Mass.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Melissa. I'm really excited to show you a few of the things that we have at the Wine Cellar.
Great. This is so awesome. This is the first time a local restaurant chef has actually been on TV with me, so I'm very much looking forward to tonight's show. Olivia, what do we have on the menu for tonight?
Well, we're going to start off by making a vanilla creme brulee. We have dates, gorgonzola stuffed dates wrapped in bacon, and then we're going to finish with garlic shrimp linguine with cherry tomatoes.
Oh my goodness. Folks, you're in for quite a surprise with the dessert at the very end, but we're not going to give it away quite yet. So let's go ahead and start with the creme brulee just because that takes the longest, correct?
Right. It takes about 45 minutes in the oven.
Okay. So what are we going to start over here doing?
And we're going to start by scalding the cream. I have a quart of heavy cream here.
Okay.
Just pour it into your saucepan.
And we're using the full amount?
Yep. And here we have something very special, real vanilla beans, no vanilla extract in this recipe, baby.
Oh, nice.
You gotta cut down the middle to scrape the seeds out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that.
Now, where can you buy these? Just at a regular supermarket?
You might be able
or
to
like
buy
a
it.
specialty
I
store?
would go to a specialty store.
Okay.
And you scrape out the seeds. Very easy. And then you actually put the whole vanilla bean in. We're gonna do 2 for this recipe.
Okay, I'm gonna cut one of these.
If you don't have vanilla beans, you can use vanilla extract.
Okay. But the vanilla beans really bring out the flavor, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when they're simmering right in the cream. Alrighty. And you can keep vanilla beans for a very long time in the freezer.
Okay.
So that's a secret way if you buy them in bulk.
And just put this whole thing in?
Yep, please go right ahead.
Okay.
Alright, so while that's scalding, we're going to have to separate some eggs. We're going to be whipping egg yolks together with some sugar.
Okay.
So I have 6 egg yolks here. And the way you separate it is you just kind of let the white fall out and just bring it from shell to shell until you're basically all clear. Put the yolk right in there.
All right. Looks easy now.
Yep.
So what are the main ingredients for creme brulee?
Just cream, egg yolks, and whatever flavoring you choose. You don't necessarily, and sugar, and you don't necessarily have to use vanilla. There's many variations. You can do a citrus, lemon, orange, lime. I've heard lavender we've had at the Wine Cellar before. So there's so many different things you can do with a creme brulee, and it's an easy way to impress your guests.
Okay, so we have the eggs. Now what do we do?
All right, so you have the egg yolks. You're going to add half a cup of sugar.
Okay.
And you're going to whisk it until it just starts to lighten in color. You can use an electric mixer if you don't have my arm strength. Alrighty. And I see that cream is just starting to scald, and that's perfect timing.
Okay.
And you add the sugar to the yolks beforehand because it keeps them from curdling when you add the hot cream.
Oh,
but
okay.
even though we do that, I still like to temper it.
Now,
just
what does temper mean for the folks that don't know what to put?
You add a little bit of the cold ingredient to the hot ingredient, a little bit of the hot to the cold, so that they become a little closer to the same temperature.
Okay.
So that anything like any dairy product would curdle if you added heat directly to it. So it's just an
So it's not like you're shocking it. So you're adding a little bit of each.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a little bit. Just that's all you need.
Oh, okay.
And it's your whisk's gonna be now hot, so you just bring it back and forth a little bit, just like 2 or 3 times. And that is an easy way to do it. And now I'm just gonna add the cream a little bit at a time again, so we don't shock the egg yolks.
Okay. And so you had the stovetop on high heat, correct?
I did. Doesn't take long to scald it, and you definitely don't want the cream to boil over either.
Okay. And how many does this make?
It makes about 6 ramekins of creme brulee. It really depends on what size you use.
Okay.
We're going to add the rest of it now. And you can add the beans right in.
Oh, you can add the beans in.
Yep.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
I'm gonna shut that off. Okay.
Okay, so now,
That's easy enough so far.
yep, so far so good. An important trick to do is to clear off the foam of the top. It's really going to make a difference in the texture of the top of the creme brulee. So you're just gonna, I just put it right back in the pan.
Now, why are we doing this?
If you put it in the oven with all this foam on top, the texture is just not going to be that smooth, traditional creme brulee. But
Okay.
if you don't want to do it, it's just going to be a little bubbly and not even.
Okay.
Just worth it to take the time. Right now I'm going to ladle this creme brulee batter into these ramekins.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason why I'm ladling it is basically so I don't drip it everywhere.
Okay.
You could pour it right in.
Are you going to fill this to the top, or just like 3/4
No,
of the way?
I leave about 1/8 of an inch from the top.
Okay. And there's no fat in it either.
It's fat-free, calorie-free, and it's perfect.
Now, I would love, like, I love chocolate. So
Yeah.
could you make like a chocolate version, or?
You can. You can definitely make a chocolate version. At the wine cellar, we actually have a dessert called pot de creme, which is a lot of people's favorite dessert. It is a hot chocolate custard that you take right and serve right from the oven.
Oh my God.
Absolutely to die for.
So is it kind of like a lava cake, where it's like
Yep.
gooey in the middle?
It's like a thicker hot chocolate. Just a little bit thicker than hot chocolate. It tastes so good.
Okay, what time do you guys close tonight? Because I really want to go and try that.
I know. It's really good next time. Okay, so another technique we're going to do today, which some people don't know, I didn't know until I went to Johnson & Wales, is to cook in a water bath. And this is going to make it so the outside doesn't burn. The whole thing will cook together.
Okay.
So you just need a little bit of water to make it work. And please make sure that you do not get it actually in the batter.
Okay, see, this is something I knew nothing about. Now, you're actually going to cook this right in this?
Yep, right in the oven.
Okay.
And it's about 45 minutes in like a 375 oven.
Okay.
Till it's just a little firm, but the middle's still a little jiggly.
Okay, folks, so we are going to start next with the gorgonzola.
Stuffed dates,
Stuffed dates,
wrapped
okay.
in bacon.
How wonderful does that sound? And it looks like it's really super easy, a couple ingredients.
So simple, only 3 ingredients. We have these large dates that we've pitted. We'll show you how to do that in a second. We have some gorgonzola cheese and some applewood bacon. It's the best. It has that mapley flavor that we all love.
Oh my goodness, seriously, there's 3 ingredients.
There's 3.
All right,
Alrighty.
what are we doing?
So you take this date. Sometimes they'll be pitted, but so you're going to cut it down the side, not
Okay.
all the way through. Like
Okay.
you're cutting, and you're going to open it like a book.
Okay,
Okay? And you're going to take out the pit.
okay, that's easy enough.
Alrighty,
Yep.
and that's it. Okay.
Easy, easy.
So now the next step is to stuff them with the gorgonzola cheese.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just gonna take off a little bit of this. Alrighty. You don't need much, just to fill it. Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I know. And then you take a piece of bacon, and usually one piece can wrap 2 dates.
Okay.
So you just cut it in half. Alrighty. I'll let you do yours.
Okay, I love bacon, I love dates, and I love gorgonzola, so.
Oh my god, it's a triple threat.
Yeah, it really.
So
Okay,
then
so let me see.
you wrap it on up,
Okay.
tuck it into bed, and then
And
you
that's
put
it?
seam side down on there, and we'll pop those in the oven.
Awesome.
Alright?
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
I know.
Now, tell me, this obviously is on the menu.
It is on the menu.
Now, what other, are you guys like known for your small plates like tapas, or what exactly?
We're definitely known for the tapas. We're a wine, tapas, and dessert bar.
Okay.
Back in 2011, February of last year, we started off as just a dessert bar,
Oh,
but we have expanded to fit the needs of our customers and added a lot more food. We had a few things in the beginning, meatballs, pizzas, but we've gotten super serious with the food lately, and it's really fun. It's really fun.
Nice. Now, obviously, it's a wine bar, so
Yep.
tell me more about some of the wines. Like, are you guys, do you have pairings?
Yeah, all of our dessert menu items have a paired dessert wine with that.
Okay.
And my mother is actually certified through the Wine Spirit Education Trust from London. So she's definitely an expert on how to pair those wines together.
Fancy,
So it's
fancy.
really fun for her too. It's a family thing. It's really fun for all of us.
And the wine cellar, how long have you guys been in existence for?
We opened in February of 2011,
Okay.
and yeah, almost at our 2-year, so that's pretty exciting.
Nice. And folks, the ambiance is so awesome. I've been there many times. It's literally in a cellar.
Yeah.
It's dark, but the decor is just so. Your mom has it decorated so cool in there.
Yep.
It's very rustic. And I believe in the back you have a private chef's table. Can you expand on that a little bit?
We have a private chef's table that you can book ahead of time. We can do private dinners there, birthday parties we've done, surprise occasions, anniversaries. They're really fun and they're really intimate, but you still are in the cellar, so you can hear the music, and
cool.
you're surrounded by wine, and there's a wall of wine between you and the restaurant. It's really nice. And my dad built that table, and he did all the stonework in there, and
Oh, no
him
kidding.
and my
I didn't know
mom
that.
definitely like teamed up on making the wine cellar. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful inside.
Yeah.
Now, are you the chef that does the private dinners?
I am. I'm the main chef there right now. I have with me a 16-year-old girl named Alyssa from Plymouth South, and she's in the VOTEC culinary program.
Fabulous.
Yes.
So you guys are really into the community,
Yeah,
obviously.
we really love that we can have someone local and a student still in high school.
Oh,
and
that's great.
So it's really good. And all of our chefs have been Johnson & Wales trained, and usually are they're interns, juniors and seniors from the school.
Okay. Good.
So yeah.
And your mother is a professor there, is that correct?
She is a professor there. She has been there for 12 years, going on 13.
Wow.
And she is a professor of food science.
Food science, okay.
Yes. So the science of how flavors interact and what's going on in your body with it. And
Oh, wow.
it's really,
I would love
and
that.
it's super neat.
It
so.
sounds really interesting, that kind of class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you learn a lot.
We do have wine pairing classes and things like that there too. She teaches them, and it's really interesting. We do different regions of Europe, and it's good.
Now, have you always enjoyed cooking?
That's a funny question because I actually originally went to school for international business,
Oh.
but I decided it wasn't my dream, and it was a lot of money for not my dream, so I left there, and I transferred to Johnson & Wales and never looked back, and it's the best decision I ever made.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, cooking in your family, your parents, obviously, your mom loves to cook. What about your dad?
My dad loves to cook some things. He likes meatballs and stir fry. And he's an expert on that, so.
So is he like a meat and potatoes kind of guy?
No, he has a refined taste just like the rest of us, but usually we're the ones cooking, so.
So he's known for his stir fries.
Yeah, and meatballs. We use his meatball recipe at the wine cellar,
Oh,
so.
I wish he could have been on tonight.
His claim to fame. Oh, yeah.
So what are we cooking the dates? What temperature
Okay.
are we cooking the dates?
We cook it at about 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and you got to keep them separated a little bit because the fat will melt and you want them to cook properly. So that's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes depending how quickly they brown.
And definitely always on a foil
Yeah.
lined pan.
You can do it on a regular sheet pan without tin foil, but you're just going to torture yourself with the cleanup.
Yeah.
So this is the best way to go.
Okay, great. So let's put those in. And while we're opening the oven, she's just going to check on the, this pot hole's just right in there. She's just going to check on the creme brulee. Looks like it's not.
Not quite done,
Yeah.
but should I use these? Or?
Yep, those are. Yep.
Not quite done, but you guys can take a look.
Yeah, if I can put them right up here so the camera can see. So they're just starting.
They're just starting to solidify a little bit, gel
Okay.
up. So you're going to wait till they're golden brown on top, but still a little jiggly in the middle.
Okay, great. Okay, so we are up to the last dish. What is this called again?
It's the garlic shrimp linguine. And the first thing we're going to do is I have 4 of these 1620 shrimp. And I'm just going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to them. We're going to pop them in the oven.
Now, if you heard what she just said, 1620 shrimp, can you just explain to the audience
It means
the
that
numbers again?
per 1 pound of shrimp, you'll have between 16 and 20.
Okay.
So probably 18.
So we want the largest shrimp for this.
Yep, the larger shrimp is better.
Okay.
It's a preference, and then we're just going to season a little bit with salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then we're going to pop those in a 400-degree oven till they turn pink.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. How are the dates looking down there?
They're looking pretty good, about 3 more minutes. Just want the bacon to crisp up a little bit more.
So what are we doing next?
I'm going to make some garlic butter, and
Okay.
I roasted some cloves of garlic in tin foil in a 400-degree oven just so that they start to soften, and I'm going to melt some butter in the microwave.
So when you were just talking about the garlic, all you simply do is just take a couple garlic cloves,
Yep.
and I think, yeah, like that.
And you wrap them in tin foil.
I hate this microwave.
Okay. So you take a few cloves of garlic, peel them, wrap them in tin foil, put some olive oil in it, and throw it in the oven. And we're just going to soften them up a little bit. We're melting the butter right now in the microwave so it softens, and we can work the garlic into it, so every scoop of butter will taste like garlic.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just going to put some of these, or all of these garlic cloves in there, because the more garlic the better, as
I know.
you say.
I love
Take a
garlic.
spatula and just, ooh.
Okay, so all you're just doing is pressing it?
Yeah, I'm just pressing it around.
Okay.
Don't need to whip the butter.
And how much butter did you use?
I used about a half cup.
Okay.
But if you don't use it all, you can wrap it up and put it in your fridge for a later date, which is really nice.
Okay.
So we're going to serve this dish with cherry tomatoes, and I have about a dozen here, and we're just going to cut them in half lengthwise.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so I'll help you do that.
all right. Oh, the bacon looks perfect.
Okay.
Alrighty. And the shrimp is almost done. By the time we pull out the bacon, the shrimp will be done. Alrighty.
Folks, check this out.
I wish you all could smell it. It's like
I know,
heaven.
it smells so good.
Ready? Oh, that cheese is oozing right out of the center.
Gorgonzola is one of my very favorite cheeses. All right.
So I took the shrimp out of the oven. When
Okay.
they turn pink, they're going to cook a little bit more. Going to put them with the olive oil right in the pan.
Yum. So would this be like one actual serving that we're making?
Yep, we serve 4 shrimp there, so this is going to be just about the exact
Okay.
thing. So then we have this
Linguine.
linguine, which we pre-boiled. You can just use the box linguine.
Okay.
It's really good.
And how much linguine do you have about, would you say there?
I actually have exactly 11 ounces, but per serving, I think you're only supposed to have a cup of pasta
Okay.
per serving, which I don't believe in, so I do a lot.
I love
Alrighty.
pasta.
Me too. And I love tomatoes too, so we're going to use all of these babies.
Okay, and remember we chopped the, are these cherry tomatoes?
They are cherry
Okay.
tomatoes, so we chopped those right in half.
Okay.
And now comes the point where we're going to add some garlic butter.
Oh, yum. I
And
love
let some of those cloves fall right in there with it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's where the flavor's going to come from. And doesn't that look
Oh, my
delicious?
goodness.
Well, there you go.
Folks, take a
right
look
there.
at this. And the camera has a great view of it.
You got to wipe
So
the
this
edge of
is
that.
shrimp with linguine.
And cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes.
Garlic butter.
Oh my goodness, it looks so pretty.
I know. And smell it too. That garlic is
The
heaven.
garlic, that really makes it, don't you think?
Yeah. I'll throw some garlic cloves in there too. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Would you
That
not
is
be excited to
awesome.
get that?
Okay, folks, who seriously would not order this? If you love shrimp, you love garlic, which everybody
Should.
does. And the tomatoes, it's really a gorgeous presentation, and I can't wait to try it.
Me neither. Let's get our forks.
All right. So,
Here we go.
and I'm going to try some garlic
Oh, please do.
with the shrimp and the tomato.
You gotta have all of it on there.
Yeah. My gosh, this looks so good. All right. I love the garlic butter.
Me too. It's amazing. It makes the whole thing, the garlic butter.
Wow. Okay, are we ready for the last part?
I think the creme brulee are perfect right now. So we're gonna take them out of the oven. They're getting that nice color on top.
Oh my
Still got a little jiggle to them.
Yep. Nice. Get the camera to zoom in on this. Yeah, so that totally makes sense what you're saying about the outside edges.
Yep, the outside would have been burnt long ago
Okay.
if we hadn't done that.
This looks so good. And folks, I said earlier we have a little treat in store for you that you'll see in just a minute, so hang tight.
You got to be careful when taking these out. Usually I'd let them cool for a minute, but
Okay.
I'm going to walk on the wild side. So I just have regular granulated sugar, and this is how you're going to make the creme brulee crust, which is what it's famous for. Brulee in French, I believe, means to burn. So we're going to be breaking out the big
Yes.
guns here today. And for
All
those,
right, I can't wait to see that. I've always wanted to use one of these.
yes, and for those of you who don't have a commercial-sized torch at your disposal, you can just turn your broiler on high and put it as close to the top rack as possible once you put a layer of sugar on, and it should caramelize it.
Okay. Now, where would one buy something like this?
Probably a restaurant supply place, which you could look up online, or I don't know, maybe Walmart even, something like that. A superstore would have it.
Okay.
I'm sure they have everything there.
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty. Okay. So
you want to wait for it to cool first before you do this, or does it matter?
just let it cool a little bit. You could even, if you make these ahead of time, you can put them in the refrigerator. Just take them out 30 minutes before you decide to put the crust on top.
Oh, okay.
So
Good to know.
if you're having guests, though, you can just get right to the point. And we're going to sprinkle some sugar on top.
I mean, what a great presentation if you're doing like a small dinner party at home and you happen to...
I know. How
of
impressed will
these.
your friends be when you have creme brulee?
Yeah. And so you're just sprinkling a little bit of sugar on top?
Yep.
Okay.
And since it's hot, it's melting right in, but I'm going to... You have to do this in layers with the torch.
Oh, okay.
And be careful.
Did I put my mask on?
Probably.
Oh my God.
So we're just going to let it burn a little bit.
Oh, that's
Take
awesome.
it away. You can tell it's super hot from the oven. Wait till it stops bubbling. It smells really good.
Oh my gosh, it smells to die for.
I know.
So all you're doing is just a little bit of sugar at a time?
Yep. And it looks like it's stopping bubbling. You want to do even layers, so it's not as hard as it may look either. You're just going to do it in layers. And when it's hot, you have to add a little bit more. Be generous.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
creme brulee, so we want it to be nice and
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just listen to that.
Oh my gosh.
And I usually like to do 3 layers. And once you're done making the crust, make sure it sits for a few minutes or else your guest will burn off the roof of their mouth. Because it's candy. There's nothing hotter than sugar, in my opinion. And I've gotten some pretty nasty burns from
Unless
this
you're
stuff.
really mad at someone, you should probably wait for it to...
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. Serve immediately if it's your boyfriend that doesn't like garlic.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good.
Alright, 3rd and final layer. And when it's cooler, you get a more even browning because the sugar doesn't melt in at all. But as long as the crust is there, that's all that really matters. You can aim the good thing about the torch is you can really aim where you want it to hit.
Right.
So, oh my God, smell that burnt sugar caramelization.
Oh my gosh,
Smells
it
delicious.
so good.
Another thing you can
Love it.
you can candy fruit and put it right on top.
Oh.
Slices of apple, you just do the same exact process, put it on top. That adds a little bit of excitement. Oranges, anything that you really felt like.
So this is obviously on your menu. Is this on your menu as vanilla creme brulee or just creme brulee and you can just add whatever you want on it?
Yep,
or?
we at the moment are doing vanilla creme brulee with candied orange slices.
Okay.
But we have done different flavors in the past, like lavender and citrus, and
Lavender.
yeah,
Wow.
it's like a hot flavor now in the culinary industry, lavender.
Oh,
So yeah, if you want to be the new it chef, use lavender.
yeah. So we have to wait a few minutes before we
Yeah,
try
it's
that.
still bubbling a little bit.
I am so impatient because this looks so good, folks.
Well, maybe this will make you a little more patient. I brought another wine to pair with this.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty, so as I said, sweet with sweet. So we have a sweet Moscato de Carmel white wine. It's very good, and it's going to match this perfectly.
Now, did you drink most of this on the way here?
That's classified information.
Just trying to figure out why it's already open.
All right, you may have the wine glass.
Oh, nice. So we have a wine glass, and we have some really fancy
The college student's wine glass.
plastic cups.
All right, here you go.
So explain again. So this is a sweet wine
yes.
to go with the sweet dessert, like she was saying earlier.
Yep.
Match the sweet and the sweet.
Yep, and if when you're doing desserts, do always a little bit sweeter wine, like I said.
Okay. Now, do you actually take a course at Johnson & Wales for wine and
I-
how to serve wine and that sort of thing?
I do. We take dining room classes, teach you how to open wines and about the different wines. We take a mixology course, which is basically bartending, but you learn about wine, beer, and coffee. It's really exciting, and we get class credit for mixing drinks, so it's pretty fun.
Do you
It's-
get to try the drinks?
It's colored water,
Oh.
but we pretend.
Yeah, well, I guess that's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, I'm just gonna tap this. Oh my God, do you see that?
Yeah.
It's like
So
perfect.
it's like crusty on top?
It's crusty, and the point of creme brulee is the reason why creme brulee is usually shallow is because with every bite, you want that crunch.
Okay.
So there's even more shallow ramekins than this. Okay, I'll cut into it, but you can take the first bite.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna
Make it quick.
Oh. I'm gonna get you some sugar with that. Try not to burn your mouth, please.
Okay, I'll try. All right.
Don't forget to pair it with your wine. Most important part.
All
You
right.
might want to blow on it a little.
Oh my God. Seriously? I love the crystallization. That really makes it the top. Mm-hmm. Really, really good. All right, let me
Good.
try this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, the wine's good with it. You're right.
I'm gonna share your
It
spoon.
really brings out
The sweetness,
the
right?
sweetness. It really does, yeah.
Do you mind if I use your spoon?
Go ahead. So good. I love the crust on the top.
And usually you would let this cool so that it would be a little more solidified, a little more custardy.
Okay.
But and then you don't put it back in the oven before you serve it. And it should warm through a little bit.
Okay, so
With
you
the
just do
torch.
the torch at the very end. And then you serve it like that.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that is all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Melissa's Menu. Special thanks again to the wine cellar and Olivia Tripp for coming on the show. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Thanks so much for having me.
And make sure you visit the wine cellar again. It's located at 690 State Road. And again, what is your Facebook page?
The Wine Cellar and Dessert Bar.
And phone number?
508-224-1991.
Special thanks to A.L. Pedrozzani and Sons and the California plumber Mike Mata for underwriting Melissa's Menu. Have a nice night. Bye.